where we got to. I can't remember fully if we finished this one or if we ended up just running out of time. Because I know at least one or two of the classes I got partway through and the bell rang right at the end. Now, one thing I should have been emphasizing yesterday, but it doesn't have a big impact on this one or any of the ones we did. But before we start multiplying the top and bottom of this fraction, or figuring out what we need to multiply through by, we need to make sure that all the denominators are factored. And the big reason for that is if there is a factored form or something simplifies and it's giving us extra terms, or has a term that's already been listed, it ends up getting listed twice. So we need to avoid that. But here, and like most of the last ones we've had, our denominators, a minus 2, a, and a minus 2, they're factored. Our two single a terms, here and here, they're single terms. We can't factor them. We can't do that to begin with. And our a minus 2s, there is no greatest common factor. The degree is 1. They are already simplified to begin with. So there is no simplifying, there is no factoring we can do. So we can look and see what we need to multiply the top and bottom of this fraction by to get the fractions on top and bottom to simplify. Well, what's one of the terms we can multiply by? A minus 2. Move it over just a hair. Because we can multiply top and bottom by a minus 2. Anything else we need to multiply by? Because if we do this multiplication, let's look at the top. As we would do a minus 2 times 1. And our first expression would be a minus 2 over a minus. We're going to multiply the a minus 2 by 3. And we get 3 times a minus 2. Now, before we go through the full multiplication, I want to go on and simplify what we have on top. And the numerator's fraction on the right, the a minus 2 over a minus 2 will cancel. In the fraction on the left, the a minus 2 on top and the a on bottom won't simplify because the a over a is not the same because of our minus on top. So we're actually missing what? A factor of a, because if we add this back in, we're now doing a times a minus 2 times 1. And that means we'll have 3 times a minus 2 and get this here. Now, the first one, we have this a over a because we do have a product now on top with that a and a minus 2. So the product a, the one outside the parentheses, will simplify with the one on bottom. Questions on this here? So did it matter that we didn't have enough in what we were multiplying through by with the least common denominator? It did, in that the a over a in the first one didn't simplify. But it also didn't in the fact that we saw we were missing and it didn't reduce. We went back, added it back in. Now it does. On bottom, we're now going to multiply by this a times a minus 2. So 2 times a minus 2 on top over a. Plus, in our second one, our 5 times a is going to be 5a times a minus 2 all over a minus 2. So we finished simplifying the top. Now the denominator, the a minus 2 and a minus 2 will simplify here. And they simplify because it is a product on top and the term on bottom. In our other one, the a outside the parentheses and the a on bottom will cancel. And what that's going to leave us with is a minus 2 minus 3a on top and 2 times a minus 2 plus 5a on bottom. Questions on how we got here? Can I cross out the a minus 2 on top and bottom? Well, no, because a minus 2 on top, that expression is being subtracted from 3a. Now, if they had been multiplied on top and multiplied on bottom, yeah, that a minus 2 and a minus 2 would cancel. But because we have this subtraction on top, we have this addition on bottom, we're going to have to combine like terms. We're going to have to simplify. The a minus 2 on top is still just a minus 6. The minus 3a is just going to be minus 3a. On bottom, we're going to need to distribute that 2. 2 times a is going to give us 2a. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4 plus 5a. Now at this point here, we do need to combine like terms. A minus 3a, 1 minus 3 is going to give us negative 2a. Minus 2, because the negative 2 does not have any like terms. It has nothing that we can combine it with. 2a plus 5a, 2 plus 5 is 7a minus 4. Questions on this here? 7a minus 4. The denominator, the degree is 1. Is there a greatest common factor between 7 and 4? No. Greatest common factor between negative 2a and negative 2? There should be. Negative 2. So we can factor that negative out of both, so the 2a is going to become positive, the 2 is going to become positive. Factor the a or the 2 out, 2a is going to become a, 2 is going to become 1, telling us that we have negative 2 times a plus 1. Nothing in common on bottom. Questions on this here? Questions on anything we've done so far? Let's look at one last one, then I'm going to give you all the rest of the time to work on the assignment, so you'll have a decent bit of time to work on 4 problems. 1 over 2x minus 5 minus 7 over 4x minus 20 all over x over 2x minus 5. I wouldn't write this, but our first instinctual step is to say we're going to multiply everything by 2x minus 5 for sure, because 2x minus 5 shows up in 2 of the denominators. Only shows up once in each one, so we'll only need it once. And then we're also going to need what? 8x minus 20 and 8x minus 20. But 8x minus 20, 8 and 20 have a greatest common factor of what? What's in common with 8 and 20? 4, isn't it? So since it does have a greatest common factor, if I factor that 4 out of 8x, we're going to be left with 2x. Factor that 4 out of 20, we get 5. So if we'd have kept going with that first process, we're not multiplying. We wouldn't have been multiplying by 2x minus 5 and 8x minus 20. Really, the 8x minus 20 is 4 times 2x minus 5. So really what we'd have multiplied through by is the 4, which we would need. We would have had a 2x minus 5, but we actually multiplied it by an extra, a second 2x minus 5. That second 2x minus 5 is extra. It's more than we need. We didn't need it. We just needed the 4. Because what we really needed to multiply this by is the 4 and 2x minus 5. And when we do this here, 4 times 2x minus 5, we'll multiply it with the 1. We'll have 4 times 2x minus 5 over 2x minus 5. Then we're to multiply that 4 times 2x minus 5 by 7. Now on top, we could say 7 times 4 times 2x minus 5. That is perfectly fine. Or we can multiply them together. I will show that here in a second. Questions on how we got the numerator? Now the denominator, 4 times x, so we have 4x times 2x minus 5 over 2x minus 5. Now we just need to simplify. On bottom, the 2x minus 5 and 2x minus 5 will cancel. And our first fraction on top, the 4x or 2x minus 5 and 2x minus 5 cancel. And in the last one, again, the 2x minus 5 and 2x minus 5 do cancel, but also the 4 and 4. Leaving us with 4 minus 7 on top and 4x on bottom. And even if we multiply this here, 4 times 7 we just said was 28. Well, 28 over 4 is still 7. We still get to the same location. It's just which one do you see or is more apparent in how you think. We do have one last step, 4 minus 7, negative 3, and 4x. And that is, that's all we got for today.